儿时阿难尊者，阿难在大众中即从
At
坐
that
起，
time, Ananda,
偏袒右肩，
amidst the great assembly,
右
rose
膝
from
着
his
地，
seat. He
合
bared
掌
his
恭
right
敬，
shoulder,
而白佛
knelt
言：
on his right knee, joined his
我
palms
是如来
respectfully,
最
and said
小
to the
之
Buddha,
小弟，
I am the
尊
youngest
弟子，
disciple of the
蒙
Tathagata.
佛慈爱，虽今
Having
出家，
received the Buddha's great
由
compassion and
此
kindness,
凋零，
even though I
所
have
以
now
多
left
闻
home,
未得无漏，
I still rely
更
on my
折
pride
服
and the pity of
沙
others.
婆沙
That is
比罗众，
why, although I have
为
heard
彼所
much,
转，
I have not
命
attained the
以
state of
名
no
色，
outflows
当有
or
不知真
non-leakage.
谛所
I
指，
was unable
唯
to
愿世
resist the
尊
spell of the Madangi
大
woman
慈哀
and
悯，
was lured by
开
her
示我等
indulging in lust.
三摩
This
他力，
must be because I do not yet
应
understand the
诸
ultimate truth.
坛体，
I now beseech the world-honored one in great compassion
嗯，
to instruct
就
us on the
读着
path
类
of
列
samatha
车，作
or
是
calm
以
abiding,
五体投地，及诸大
so
众，
that
亲
even
可
those who reject the
翘
Dharma may
明
break through their
心
defilements.
闻是
Having
非。
said this, he bowed with
你
5
讲这
points on
段
the
好，
ground, and the entire assembly anticipate to
因为
hear the
前面楞
teaching.
严经讲到心的问题，
Because
心
in
不
the
在
beginning,
内，也不在外，
Surangama was
也
discussing
不
the
在中间，
mind. The mind is
也
not
不依
outside,
附在本身，
inside, in between,
也不是在
not on the sense
耳朵
faculties of sense
跟
organs, and not in
这个
between
环境的中间，
the sense organ
什么都不是。
and the environment. It's not in
就
between,
说阿
and
难
it's none of
想了半
those.
天，
So Ananda thought about
最
it
后
for a
讲说
long
没有
time
心，
and finally said, there is no mind.
他没有心。那我们上个礼拜讲了，
Last week we said,
既然没有心，
since there's no
那就没
mind,
有体了，
then there would be no form.
那又怎么讲？因为
Then
那
how
个
would you say?
心呐、如果是真的
Because
是
the
假的，
mind is truly
心如果是
false
假的，像那个没有这个心，
if it's
只是一个乌龟
non-existent.
啊，龟毛，
It's
龟
just
毛
like
就是
turtle
根本就没有
hair,
虚假，兔角
which is false or
兔子没有角，
non-existence, or rabbit
兔角也
horns.
只是一个心，只是一个名词，
So the mind is just a term,
那也没有这回事。
but there was
因为
no such
你如果
thing.
没有这个心，
Because
你
if
的
you
那
have
个
no mind,
分别从哪里来？
where is your discernment coming from?
所以什么都不是的时候啊，
So
这个时候阿
when
难他
it's
觉
none
得
of
他已经
those,
讲不出来，
Ananda could not
阿难
say
尊者
anything more.
在大众之中，
So
就从座
Ananda,
位里面站了
amidst
起
the
来，
great assembly,
偏袒右
rose from
肩，
his seat,
这个右
bared
膝
his
着
right
地，合
shoulder,
掌恭敬，而白佛言，
knelt
跟释迦牟
on
尼佛
his
讲，
right knee, joined his
这个
palms respectfully, and
右
said
膝
to
着
Sakyamuni
地，
Buddha.
偏袒右肩，那是他们
So
在
bearing
以前
right
在天
shoulder
在
and
印
kneeling
度的
on
时候，
right
他们
knee
穿的衣服
in the
都是
ancient
斜皮的，
India,
都是斜斜这样的，
the robe that they wore
把这
was
个
also
右边的肩膀露出来，
slanted, showing the right
然后
shoulder,
这只脚是跪着，这只脚是
and
立着，
this leg
也不是
kneel,
立着了，弯曲这样子跪
and
下，
this one bend.
合掌对释迦牟尼佛讲，
So join the palms
我
and
阿难呐是如
told
来
Sakyamuni
最小
Buddha,
之地，
I,
他们是亲戚关
Ananda,
系，
am the youngest
亲戚的关
disciple
系，
of the Tathagata. They are
堂弟，
relatives, the paternal cousin of the
是
Buddha.
释迦牟尼佛最小的这个堂弟，
So
蒙佛
he's
慈爱，
the
这
paternal
个释
cousin.
迦牟尼
That's the
佛
youngest.
很喜欢他。虽经
And
出家，
Sakyamuni
现
Buddha
在
really
虽然
liked
剃度出
him.
家了，
Although
还是
now I have
希望
left
释迦
home
牟
or
尼
been
佛能够
ordained,
多照顾他。
I still want
所以
Sakyamuni
一直以
Buddha
来
to
啊，他
take
都
a
是
special
多
care
听
of
释
him.
迦牟尼佛说法，
So because he's always listening to the Buddha speak, that's why he's first and foremost in hearing the Buddha Dhamma, because he's always alongside the Buddha. But I have not reached non-leakage, because he had not exhausted the afflictions. Because although he has heard Buddha Dharma, he did not put them into practice, so he had not reached the state of no outflows. So I was unable to resist the spell of the Brahman spell of the Matangi woman. Back then, in India, there were many spells and mantras, like the brahmanic spells. Generally speaking, there are 6 heavens in the heavenly realm of desire. In the heavenly realm of form, there are 18 heavens. 18 heavens in the realm of form. And in the heavenly realm of formlessness, there are 4 heavens, altogether 28 heavens, and they all have their own mantras, brahmanic mantras. So he couldn't resist the spell, and he almost lost his body. Almost. That was because he did not understand the marvelous, radiant, true mind, or the ultimate truth. So he had not reached the state of meditation or meditative stability. So he's still affected and influenced by the environments and the spells. And so he wished that Sakyamuni Buddha, with great compassion, to teach them the path of samatha. That's meditation. We can say the stopping, in the stopping and contemplating, the true meditation. So by stopping, you attain meditation. So that even ikantikas, this Sanskrit transliteration, which means those without the right mind, or right faith, without right faith. Those who have not really gained right faith. These are all Sanskrit transliteration. These 4 words, 4 characters mean those who've never heard of Buddha Dharma, like the heretics. Or you don't have enough faith. Or also those who never heard of Buddha Dharma. That's called. Let me give an example. Like the Amazon forest, there are many tribes in there. There are many indigenous tribes living in the forest. How would they have heard of Buddha Dharma? They have never heard of Buddha Dharma at all. So those are considered ikantikas. And also those who have heard of Buddha Dharma but have no faith in it or don't believe in it. So all those ikantikas. Those this are Sanskrit. Or those with heretical thinking. That's not Buddhist. So may they break through their defilements. Having said that, he bowed with 5 points on the ground to Buddha Sakyamuni. And the entire assembly greatly anticipate hearing the teaching. So everybody can hear Sakyamuni Buddha's Dharma teaching and gain enlightenment. That's what it meant for this excerpt. Now you understand this in plain words, right?
讲了一个连贯起来，这个时候阿难尊者在所有人当中，从座位上
So at that time, Ananda, amidst the great assembly, rose from his seat, bared his right shoulder, knelt on his right knee, joined his palms respectfully, and said to Sakyamuni Buddha, I am Sakyamuni Buddha's youngest paternal cousin, and Sakyamuni Buddha is very compassionate and very loving toward me. Now, I have left home. I still wish that Sakyamuni Buddha would take special care of me. Although I have heard so much Dharma teaching from Sakyamuni Buddha, but I have not put them into practice and have not attained the wisdom of complete exhaustive outflows. I was unable to resist the brahmanic spell of the Matangi woman and almost lost my body. Of course, because he did not know the true methods of spiritual cultivation, so he wished that Sakyamuni Buddha would give an authentic Dharma teaching on meditation, so those who don't have enough faith or have not heard of Buddha Dharma can know about Buddha Dharma. And after this, he bowed with 5 points on the ground, and the entire assembly greatly anticipated that Sakyamuni Buddha would give Dharma teaching right away. The Buddha is incredible. Sakyamuni Buddha is truly incredible. So at that time, Sakyamuni Buddha, from his face emitted an array of lights, all kinds of lights. So before giving Dharma teaching, Sakyamuni Buddha would radiate lights, all kinds of lights, the circle of light around the head, around the body, and the lotus light on the sole of the feet, and hearts around the heart, and all of them were emitted, filling the whole space. So emitted many kinds of lights from the face, as dazzling as hundreds of thousands of suns. The lights were bright and brilliant like the hundreds of thousands of suns. shaking all Buddha worlds in 6 ways. All the Buddha verses trembling. The 6 great trembles, what are they? Like the east protruding, the west falling in, and north and south, and sound also. Humans make sound. Do you believe it? Even the sound of blood circulation, the sound of your heartbeats. Can you hear the sound of your own heartbeat? Sure, when you're panting. And then, when you close off your ears, you can hear the sound of your inside. Right? When you close your ears, you can hear the sound of your inside, not from the outside. That's also a method of meditation, a method of practicing the qi of the breathing practice, to hear your own inside. So all the Buddha worlds tremble in 6 ways. The tremble, the sound, and like thunder. 6 phenomena. That's called in that instant, the dusty worlds of the 10 directions open up. So 10 directions, north, south, east, and west, and then the interdirectional, that's 8, and then zenith and nadir, the up and below, altogether 10 directions. So that means the Buddha worlds in the 10 directions other than the Saha world. So all open up. And through Sakyamuni Buddha's majestic divine power, merge into one single world. So to combine all the worlds, the Buddha worlds in the 10 directions, into one world. And within that world, all the great bodhisattvas, remaining in their own worlds, join their palms ready to receive the teaching. So all the great bodhisattvas of the 10 directional Buddha worlds all become one world, joining their palms to listen to Sakyamuni Buddha's teaching. So he had such a tremendous combining all the worlds into one world, where all the great bodhisattvas within their world join their palms ready to receive Sakyamuni Buddha's Dharma teaching. So that's radiating light to tremble the world. The whole world tremble in 6 different ways, and then combine all the Buddha worlds into one, and all the bodhisattvas join their palms listening to Sakyamuni Buddha giving Dharma teaching.